Hello, let me introduce myself for those of you who may not know who I am. My name is Deontay Diggs, and you can Google me. But I'm here today to talk about my journey on getting a whole house generator. And the expenses behind it. So maybe if you are looking into purchasing a whole house, a half a house, a small portable generator, you have some things to think about, and maybe you won't make mistakes that I could have potentially made during my journey. So when we had our house built in 2020, one of the things that we did was we had the house pre-wired for a generator. We had a transfer switch put in, and we also had a tank put in the ground, a 500 gallon tank put in the ground for the generator. The only thing that we didn't do was purchase the generator and the final stages of what that would entail. So shortly after we moved in, a few months later, we decided to look into getting the generator put in. Moving into this area where I live at in Stafford, Virginia, we're close to a substation, and so many people that have lived out here for a long time have said, don't worry about it, you don't really need one, you won't lose power. And so we're like, okay, we have time, it's not a rush. And what we did with the money that we didn't use for that portion of the project, we put it into upgrades in the kitchen and the floors and things like that during the build. So a few months later, after moving in, we look into the process to get the generator. And so there were two companies, one that's local and private, and then one more corporate that we reached out to. And our initial quotes, which I have it all written down right here, our initial quotes, the first one for the generator and the hookup of the gas and the electricity was $14,500. That quote came from a third-party vendor through Home Depot. And I was like, listen, ain't no way, I'm not paying that much. So we then went to a private company, and it was almost half of that. We were quoted $7,900, both for the generator and the hookup of the gas and the electricity. And so I said, there's some other things that I can do with $7,900. Even though it's half of what we were quoted by the other company, we're gonna hold off on it. About a year later, here comes the storm of 2021, and we lose power for 36 hours. Some people lost power for 7, 8, 9 days. And I said, oh no, I'm not built like that anymore. I want a generator, and I want it now, okay? So I reached back out to the private company that had initially quoted me for $7,900 to see, hey, it's been almost a year later. We've just went through this significant event, and how much will it cost for me to get the generator, to get the electric and the gas hooked up now? And so we were then quoted $9,500. And I said, what happened over the last year besides COVID that, caused the price to increase, so much? And they said, well, you can't get a generator right now. The demand is higher because you can't get them. And so that's the price for the generator, for the electrical and the gas hookup. I said, okay, so let me try another company. So I reached out to another company, and I got a quote, $10,500. And I said, well, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So I was complaining. I put it on social media. I love Facebook, love talking to friends, because listen, you comment, I read the comments, and I take the advice sometimes. And so one of my friends, Steve Lemix, said, listen, you could probably piecemeal the workout and you'll get it for a much cheaper price. So that started me on the internets and looking for the price of generators. Now, there was a dilemma that came up. I found the generator on Lowe's, And I apologize, I didn't say this in the beginning. The generator that I'm looking for was a 24 kW. I wanted it to run everything in here. I don't want nothing not to work. That's just how I am, okay? I don't want just the refrigerators. I want my lights, my water, the refrigerators, the heat, the air condition. I want it all, okay? Run me that. So at any rate, I found the generator on the Lowe's website, and there was a problem. If I just wanted the generator, because mind you, I already have a transfer switch, I already have everything prepped, primed, and ready, I just need the generator, I would have had to wait 6 months. I wasn't waiting 6 months. So the other option was to order the generator with an additional transfer switch, and I could get it in a week's time. And so that's what I did. Now, I reached back out to the company that I had gotten the quote for $7,900, which then increased to $9,500. And I said, what would it cost you if I buy the generator for you to do the electrical and the gas hookup? Mind you, everything is already prepped. So the response I got back was, it's going to cost you $3,900. Now listen, I'm not a mathematical, and all that kind of stuff. But I found the generator with the transfer switch, with my military discount, was $5,762.36. That's what it was going to cost me to purchase the generator with the transfer switch. They were going to charge me $3,900 to hook it up. That's $9,662.36. Okay, so that's more. So I'm almost being punished because I purchased the generator myself. That's more than the $9,500 quote that I got before. So I was like, nah, I'm not playing this game. Go ahead, send me the generator loads, and I'll go and piecemeal the work out. Now I was a little nervous because I don't know this stuff. I don't know anything about any of it. All I know is when the power go out, I want to hear a pop, and I want everything to keep working. So, long story short, I'm going to give you my final cost in this whole project and the companies that I worked with. I'm not going to go down in how much they charged me. You can figure that out kind of by yourself. But remember, the electrical company that I went with, which is JJ&B Electric, they actually did the wiring for our house. They did the initial transfer switch. So the prices that I got, you may get differently, but what I can tell you is phenomenal service by JJ&B Electric. When they say they're going to be there at 7 o'clock, they are there at 7 o'clock. I'm thinking, it came a couple of times, and I'm like, okay, you know how people do. Because during this process, when I was trying to get quotes, people wouldn't come out on time. They wouldn't show up on the days that they were going to show up. It was ridiculous. I don't know what has happened with customer service, quality of service, communication. It's all gone downhill. And everybody blaming COVID. I don't know what it is, but I'm the type like this. If you tell me you coming and you don't show up, I'll cut this off right here to spite all this beautifulness because I ain't got time to be playing games with you. But anyway, so JJ&B Electric, and I also worked with AmeriGas. Now listen, I know a lot of y'all be, on social media, y'all be tearing AmeriGas up. Y'all say they don't show up when they supposed to. They don't do what they supposed to do. I can't say that I've had that experience. I actually had to cut off the automatic deliveries because they were showing up too regularly. And I'm like, nah, we don't need you like that. So we haven't had bad experiences, but we also used AmeriGas for the gas hookup, and that's who we have our tank through. So total final cost was $7,545.15. That included me purchasing the generator. That included the electrical hookup and the gas hookup. So if we go back to my initial cost of $7,900, I came in even under that. So what I want to tell you in this whole experience is that you might be better to piece the work out. You can use different, you can Google companies and look at their reviews. But it's important, to think through the process, right? And if I didn't have a friend that had mentioned it to me, I would have never done it. Now, one of the other things that we did was we had cement poured. I had a cement pad poured, and I also had a cement walkway put in, and that was done by Noe Gonzalez. He did phenomenal work. And so I know that he has done other projects because I've had people in the community reach out and talk to me about the service that we got from him. And listen, I'll shout businesses out all day. I don't ask for discounts. I don't ask for anything like that. All I ask is for you to do the work and to be professional. And if you give me good service, I'm going to shout you out because we don't do that, right? You only hear of the negative and the bad from companies. But I also say this, if you give me good service, I expect anybody else that uses your work down the road that you give them good service as well. Because I reached out to them and said, hey, listen, people are hitting me up. My word is my bond. Don't make me look bad out here in these streets. So Noe charged us $2,000 to do the cement walkway and then a cement pad. All of the previous quotes that I gave you was for like a gravel pad, gravel put down, and then like a plastic or some type of pad, but it wasn't cement and we wanted cement. So we came out really, really good with our generator process, very happy with it. I'm telling you this so you can go get your own. Don't come over here. Listen, don't come over here. Listen, you got time. You got time. Start prepping now. Start prepping now. You done made it through the Armageddon, the blizzard of 2020. Go and get you a generator and start prepping now. But there's ways to do it and save yourself a little bit of money in the process, okay? Have a great day. Be safe. And if you have any questions, shoot me an email. Bye.